Hey, giving all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakadash. This is the brother Kadash. We jump straight into it. Isaiah 8, verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. So I'm looking for a title to make a video since I got some time. And this is what the Spirit brung up. You know what I mean? And this is very, 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 very important precept. You know what I mean? Because I want to break it down like this, right? So when I came in the truth, it was a lot of different things that I learned. But over time, maturing in the truth, you start to learn that some of the things that you're following, that you're forcing yourself, it's already hard enough, right, to have patience in the truth. I just made a video on having patience in the truth. You start forcing yourself to follow things that you don't necessarily have to, just because you were told by other men, you know? And you start, and then you start realizing that these things that you're following is not necessary for salvation. These things are not necessary for you to be considered following the Lord. These are man-made things. And it's been like that forever. Even before, like, I mean, look at, I don't want to pick on them, but look at the Yahweh ben Yahweh thing. They were forcing things that were not in the Bible. Look at the Christian, the Catholic thing. And you still see that same spirit, even with us that claim to be in the truth, those so-called one Westers. You still see the same spirit of condemning brothers based off things that's not, they did something to you that you don't like, but it isn't going against the law. And now you condemn them. Now you go to Paul's writings to spin something to say, oh, well, you did this because it says this. And it says order, and then you was outside of our order, but we think that our order is the same order as their order. So if we're right, then you went off, and it's just bullshit. And I see it happen all the time, but then what I see on the other end is brothers start slipping from falling that. You know, just because their elders may say, look, you have to follow this and do this, even though it's not a law, statute, commandment according to the Lord, they'll still follow it, but they won't really follow it behind the scenes because they know that it's bullshit. They'll follow it in the public eye, just in case one of the elders or brothers see it. But behind scenes, they know that it's bullshit because they don't see it in the Bible, and they read the Bible and they know that it's bullshit, some of these man-made rules, and they don't really follow it. But then they condemn another brother, and that's when the hypocritical shit comes in. So I'll read it again, Isaiah 8, verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. Right? If it's not the law, which is found in, you know, basically the first 5 books of the Bible, but all throughout the Bible, if it's not the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, and the testimony, which will say like the Gospels, right? Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, you know, the Gospels, right? If it's not according to those things, if it don't add up, then you can't just go to another book in the New Testament and then spin something. It has to still match up. The Bible's not going to contradict itself. It has to still match up with the law, statutes, commandments. The New Testament, anything you read in the New Testament, that still has to match up with the Old Testament, man. So if they're not saying like, and then where is it says, here, let me pull this up. I think this is in the book of Romans. Where's there's no law. Here, let me see if I can find it. Romans 4 and 15. Because the law worketh wrath, for where no law is, there is no transgression. That's very important. I learned that coming into the truth. If there's no law on it, then there's no transgression. You can't condemn a brother. You can be mad at him all you want. You could just say, we had a little feud, we mad, we out the bam. But you can't condemn him and say the Lord is going to do this and do that. Or try to condemn him in any type of way, like when it according to the Lord. Because if there's no law, there's no transgression, man. A brother say something about you, you get mad about it, now you in your feelings, but he didn't break a law, statute, or commandment. Just because he had an opinion on something that you were doing. You see what I'm saying? That you can say, I'm personally mad, and this is why it's so tough to be a great leader, because you got to take your personal feelings out of things. And you got to go to this Bible and say, did he sin? And if the answer is no, then it's shut the fuck up. But brothers don't like that. They want to put this stuff over you to control you, right? because they want some type of power. And you got to be able to see through it, man. Don't follow man, follow the Lord. You can't follow both at the same time. You can't say I'm following this man, right? Unless he's following the Lord, which that just goes off belief. But if he's showing you signs and he's doing stuff outside of the law, statutes, and commandments and adding and taking away things, then obviously he's not following the Lord. I think that's another precept on it. Romans 5 verse 13. For until the law, sin was in the world, but sin is not imputed when there is no law. If there ain't a law on something, man, and this is very important because they speak not according to the law, there is no light in them. You know, this is just ways for you to figure out the truth. This is ways for you to figure out what's the truth, because when you come into this, what we call the truth, it's hard kind of to decipher between what a person is telling you, a person's feelings, or what the actual truth is. We're not in this to join a basketball team. We're not in this to join a game. We're not in this because we look up to this top celebrity. I know I'm not in this for that. I'm not in this because I want to be, we are brothers and we can be friends, but I didn't get in the truth because I wanted to be friends with this brother that's known. You know, I'm not in the truth because I want to make money off the truth. I'm not in this because I want to be known by these people. I'm not in this because I want to be liked by these people. I'm in this for salvation. I'm in this for the Lord. I'm in this because I believe in the Lord. That's who I want to be known by. That's who I want to be liked by. That's it. And I want to get salvation. That's it. Everything else we're going to figure out is going to work its way out in the kingdom. All that other stuff is bullshit. That's why we in this, because we believe in the Lord and we want to follow the Lord. That's it. All that other shit, you know, this brother like you, that brother like you. I know brothers that put up an image and they got their little group and they brothers around them that like them. Okay, what is it doing for you? If it's doing something for you and it's making you feel good, then go ahead. You know what I mean? But what is it really doing for you? Because at the end of the day, every man must work out their own salvation, right? Let's get that. Let's get into KJV though. Because this is what it comes down to. This is Philippians 2 verse 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Brothers be the best of the brothers to the public, but then behind doors, they find a lot of temptations. We all do. You know what I mean? Some are better than others. You know, now I'm not saying you can't get around brothers and the brotherhood is not important. It is important. But what are you doing it for? If you get around a brotherhood, because I'm not opposed to being with a group or getting around brothers, but what are you doing it for? Are you getting around these brothers and are you coming with the mindset of I'm about to work? I'm about to work. I'm finna put videos on. I'm finna go on the highways and byways. I'm finna increase my knowledge, my wisdom, my understanding. I'm gonna be there to help brothers. I'm getting in this because I see like-minded brothers that really work hard, and that's the same thing that I'm on, and that's gonna motivate each other to work harder. Or are you getting in this because, oh, these guys got a name? Or are you getting in this because I can't do it by myself? Or are you getting this because, oh, these brothers is cool? Or these brothers got a YouTube channel? These brothers got a congregation? Are you getting into because of that? Or are you getting in it because I see these brothers, they work hard, and I got that same work ethic, and I want to be around people that's going to push me, and that I could push, and then let's go do this work to really get salvation. What are you for? What are you doing it for? A lot of brothers want to be around brothers just because they can't go out on the highways and byways by themselves. They couldn't do it. They just, so basically what it is if I can't be a part of this group of these brothers, I'm not in the truth. I'm not going to follow the Lord. How the fuck? Now, you can't say that about me personally, because I didn't been out on the highways and byways. It's all over my channel by myself for years. And then Quanah came down, and that's just been me and him for years. But even before he came down, I was on the highways and byways by myself for years. So that shows like, oh no, he really has faith in the Lord. No, he really believes in the Lord because he was out there doing it on his own by himself. He wasn't in it just to click up and be liked and be known. He was out there on his own. Not bullshitting, man. You know, so what are you really in this for? Right? And then go back to Isaiah 8. If you speak not to the law and the testimony, there's no light in them. Speak towards that, man. Apply that law in your life, man. Live it to the best of your ability, man. When things come up, it's one thing to have knowledge and wisdom. It's another thing to be able to apply and execute knowledge and wisdom. When things come up, use that knowledge and wisdom from the law, man, that you learn. Don't just say, well, I know that this is what the Bible say, and then do some other bullshit and then get yourself fucked up, man. Don't do that. Follow it. Do it, man. It's the hardest thing to do. If your right hand offend, you cut it off. That's one of the hardest things to do, you know? That's one of the hardest things to do. I mean, just think about it in a literal stance. You know, who really would cut off their right hand? It's just as hard in a spiritual way, you know? But this is what it is, you know? So this is the truth, you know? Follow this truth to the best of your ability. With that, I'm going to say salvation to the elect. Shalom.